Now, I consider myself to be a recovering impulse buyer. I used to be somebody who would buy things impulsively all the time. I would spend money on really anything that I wanted because my point of view was, well, I want it, I'm gonna buy it eventually, so let's just buy it now. Now, I know now looking back that this mindset was an incredibly harmful mindset to my overall financial goals, and fortunately, I have for the most part grown out of this bad habit that I had for so many years. Now, despite the fact that I have grown out of my bad habit of impulse buying, I am still somebody that likes to buy things. I like nice things. I like things that make my life more productive or more easier or more efficient. And because of that, I have over the last few years accumulated a lot of stuff. In fact, I live in a 4-bedroom house with my boyfriend and my 2 dogs, and virtually every single room of this house is full of stuff. And the majority of it, unfortunately, is my stuff. Now, having a 4-bedroom house full of things that you don't necessarily need isn't always a bad thing, but to make matters worse and to kind of pour salt into my wound is the fact that I came up with this video idea and I wanted to record a video talking about 5 purchases that changed my life for the better. And whenever I sat down to figure out what those 5 purchases were, I could only think of 3 things, which means that I have a 4-bedroom house full of crap and I couldn't even narrow down those things to my top 5 favorites, and instead I had to settle for my top 3. So I guess that is the telltale sign that I have too much stuff that is just simply taking up space in my life and it isn't actually changing my life for the better. But with that being said, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 3 favorite purchases that have genuinely changed my life for the better. I'll be talking about what these purchases are, how much they cost, and what they could potentially do for you. I'll also be talking about the one purchase that I bought somewhat recently that I actually regret, and if I could go back in time, I would not have purchased this item. So let's get started. Now, my first purchase that has changed my life is one that I didn't even want to include on this list because I felt like it was too cliche and that it wasn't a good enough purchase to be considered one that would change my life. But to be honest, I don't think that there is another product that has changed my life as much as this one has. And that is a spiral notebook. I have talked a lot on this channel about my love for goal setting, my love for to-do lists, my love for like jotting down ideas, random thoughts, random notes throughout the day. And that is all fostered with a spiral notebook exactly like this. I am somebody that has a million things going on any given day. I work with a number of different clients on a number of different projects with a number of different companies, and because of that, if I don't write things down, I will 100% forget about them. And that may be tasks that I have to do for work, it may be tasks that I have to do in my personal life, it may be tasks that I have to do around the house. But if I don't write something down, it simply will not end up getting done. So not only has a spiral notebook allowed for me to be a more productive human being, but I also think that it's allowed me to be a more creative human as well. You always hear about people talking about journaling and the importance of journaling, of the importance about having some sort of writing routine. And I'm somebody that desperately wanted to get into the habit of journaling. I tried it for so many years and I wasn't ever able to get into the swing of it. I would try to journal in the morning before I started my day. I experimented with journaling at night at the end of the day, but I just couldn't get the habit to stick. And over the last couple of years, I've realized that my to-do list, my spiral notebooks, is my form of journaling. It's the way that I clear my head. It's the way that I get my thoughts on paper. It's the way that I relieve stress or anxiety. For me, writing things down has been an absolute game changer to just my overall happiness, my overall productivity, and my overall really kind of success as a whole. If you are somebody who has tried informal journaling in the past and you've never really been able to get that habit to stick, I would definitely encourage you to, buy a $1 spiral from Amazon and try more informal style journaling. For me, it really is jotting down thoughts throughout the day. It's writing down to-do lists every morning. It's writing down my goals for the month. That is absolutely a form of journaling, and for me, it's helped me manage my productivity, it's helped me manage my anxiety, it's helped me stay focused on the tasks that are at hand, and it's helped me clear my mind on a day-to-day basis. It's something that has absolutely changed my life, and despite the fact that a journal is a cliche thing to include on these types of lists, I had to include it. The next product that I recommend is a smart fitness tracking watch. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be a fitness-specific watch, but more so of a smart watch that can track your movements, that can track your habits, and that can keep you accountable and motivated to those habits. This right here is a Garmin 935, and I wear this in every single video. And whenever I was choosing some of my favorite products that I've purchased, I wanted to include this because this is probably truly the only product that I use every single day other than my phone and my computer. In fact, you can see here, if the camera focuses, that I have a pretty gnarly tan on my watch from wearing this every single day. For me, having a smartwatch and a Garmin specifically has been a game changer because of the fact that it keeps me accountable in different aspects of my life. I'm somebody that loves fitness. I do triathlon, I run marathons, and having a Garmin watch has been an extremely high motivating factor in keeping me accountable to my training, keeping me motivated to my training, and being able to track my training as I progress. To be able to look at my running times today in September of 2020 and then compare those times to running times back in like 2018, 2017, it's been hugely motivating. And for me, being able to track my progress and my improvement over the course of my endurance training career, it has been one of the big motivating factors as to why I've been able to stick to a training regime for so long. But training aside, because I know that not everybody here does triathlon, so not all of y'all are going to be interested in that, being able to track aspects of my life outside of fitness has been a big game changer with my Garmin as well. Being able to, track my steps, being able to track my sleep, being able to see how well I'm sleeping. That has been huge because I am somebody that struggles with sleep. I always have, I still do to this day, and I'm somebody who is always tired. I feel like I can always take a nap, and for so long, I accredited that to the fact that I just wasn't getting enough sleep. I felt like I was always tired because I wasn't sleeping well or I wasn't getting enough sleep. And once I got my Garmin and I started tracking my sleep patterns for an extended period of time, I realized that I was actually getting enough sleep. I was getting the right amount of sleep. Sometimes I was probably getting a little bit too much sleep. I was sleeping enough through like REM and deep sleep. So I realized that sleep actually wasn't the reason why I was so tired, and there was probably some other things going on inside my body causing me to feel tired. My Garmin watch and having a smartwatch has been an excellent way for me to monitor my health, to monitor my fitness, and to monitor some of my daily habits to ensure that I'm sticking to habits that are beneficial to me, beneficial to my lifestyle, and beneficial to what I'm wanting to accomplish on a day-to-day basis. Again, you don't need to have a Garmin. This is a $500 watch. I think I got it on eBay for like $3. So you absolutely don't have to go with a more expensive top of the line watch. Even basic level watches like Fitbits could do this exact same thing. My boyfriend recently got his first smartwatch, which was a Fitbit, and he said the exact same things as I have. He's really enjoyed the process of tracking his sleep, tracking his steps, tracking his habits, and that was accomplished for him with a watch that cost about $120. So if you guys are interested in kind of taking a deeper look in your day-to-day health habits, then I highly encourage you to look into some sort of smartwatch, because for me, it has absolutely changed my life for the better. My next product that I could not recommend more is a product that was given to me as a gift by my sister. And this is a product that I give to people all the time now because I absolutely love it. And that is the 5-line journal. It is 1 line a day, a 5-year memory book. And I love this thing. This costs less than $20 on Amazon, and it is the best gift that I've ever received. But in this journal, what you do in each section, you date it, you write down what happened that day, any memorable things that happened, and then you turn to the next page on the next day. And you continue that for the entire year. And then once the new year starts, you then do the same thing over again. And each page can hold 5 years of memories. So for example, today is September 2nd. And if I look at the page on this 5-line journal for September 2nd, I can see what happened in 2019 on September 2nd, 2018 on September 2nd, and then today I will add what happened on September 2nd in 2020. This notebook has been amazing because I think so often people get lost in their progress, they get lost in what they're doing, and it's hard to gauge what was going on at this exact time in the past. And this journal allows for you to look back and remember what happened on this day for as much as 5 years back. For me, I've been doing this journal for a little over 2 years, so I only go back to 2018. But once I complete this book, it will be 2022, and I can see all of the dates and everything that happened for every day between 2018 2018 and 2022. For me, this journal has been huge because 2018 and 2019 were particularly extremely difficult years for me. And 2018 specifically was one of the most depressing, anxiety-ridden periods of my entire life. And to be able to look back on 2018 and see kind of where I was at that point versus where I am today, it has been a hugely beneficial tool and not only motivating me, but also allowing me to feel gratitude for how far I've come over the last 2 years. I think it's so easy for people to look back on where they came from and to not remember it accurately, and then to get frustrated with where they are today. But what the 5-line journal does is it allows for you to see an accurate reflection of what was going on in the past on this exact same day. It allows for you to remember and feel the struggles that you were feeling in the past, to remember the hardships, and to remember the good times as well. At the end of each book, you can write down some dates to remember. So for me, in like 2020, I wrote down the date that this YouTube channel got monetized. On a date in 2018, I wrote down on April 28th, I became an Ironman and completed my first full distance Ironman triathlon. I can flip to a random page and see that on October 22nd, 2018, I was feeling pretty good. It was beautiful weather here in Texas, and I swam in the morning with Dad. It's amazing to be able to look at this notebook and to see what I did on this day years back. And because of that, I think for $20, you cannot get something that is a better investment for yourself and a better investment for your loved ones than this notebook. This is hands down the best gift I've ever received. I love this notebook. I think it is incredible. And once you get into the habit of filling it out, it is something that I truly think will change your life for the better. So these 3 purchases changed my life for the better, but what about the purchase that I regret? And the thing about this is that whenever I was trying to figure out what type of purchase I regretted, I couldn't really think of anything. And I think a big reason for that is that if I get buyer's remorse, chances are I will probably just return the items. That means that if any purchases I would have regretted, I probably have already returned and got my money back at this point. But there is one product that stuck out more than any other product I've purchased recently, and that is my iPhone 11 Max Pro. Now, I got this phone a couple of months ago, and before this phone, I had an iPhone 7 that I used for a few years. And at the time that I upgraded to the iPhone 11 Max Pro, my iPhone 7 was having so many issues. It was running out of batteries all the time. It was running out of space all the time. It was slow. It was freezing. It was so frustrating to use. So I told myself that once I got an upgrade, I would just shell out as much money as possible and get the best iPhone I could. Now, I share a cell phone plan with my sister, and she got the iPhone 11 and I got the iPhone 11 Max Pro. And T-Mobile at the time was doing a promotion to where we could get the iPhone 11 for free. So she paid $0 for her iPhone 11, and I paid $1,500 for this iPhone because I needed the best of the best. And I'm here to say that it was a mistake. I should not have spent $1,500 on this phone. It was a waste of money. It doesn't do a whole lot of different things than my sister's iPhone 11, and it cost way more. So overall, I just regret this purchase as a whole. If I could go back in time, I would absolutely go back and get the iPhone 11 instead of spending $1,500 on this phone right here. You know, it looks nice. The 3 cameras look cool, but it's not worth the money. I can almost guarantee you that. So you guys, thanks for watching today. If you guys want to check out these 3 products, I will link them down in the description below. I highly recommend that you check out the 5-line journal specifically. It will surely change your life. But make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys in the next video.